Imagine the night your child is born. Bright lights, clean hands, doctors standing by. If something goes wrong, there's a plan. Today, childbirth is one of the safest moments in human history. But for most of human existence, it was one of the deadliest. No hospitals, no medicine, no surgery, just a woman, a fire, and hope. And somewhere in your family line, an ancestor survived that exact night. Tonight, that ancestor is Mira. Mira had never been this nervous before. For months, her pregnancy had seemed normal. She felt the baby grow stronger each week. She imagined tiny hands, tiny feet, and a tiny face she would soon meet for the first time. The older women in the tribe had shared advice, some of it comforting, some of it terrifying. But now there was no more waiting. Late one afternoon, while grinding grain beside the fire, Mira felt a strange tightening deep in her belly. It lasted only a few seconds. Then it disappeared. An hour later, it happened again. Stronger, longer. By sunset, she knew exactly what it meant. The baby was coming. The news spread quickly through the camp. Women began gathering water. Animal hides were laid inside the largest hut. Children were sent away. Everyone understood what was happening. The next few hours could decide two lives, Mira's and her baby's. At that moment, Kara was still away hunting. When he finally returned carrying fresh meat over his shoulder, something immediately felt wrong. The camp was too quiet, too serious. Nobody smiled. Then someone saw him. "Kara?" "It's time." His heart began racing. He hurried toward the hut, but he never made it inside. Birth belonged to women. Men waited outside, helpless. Inside the hut, labor had already begun. The contractions came in waves, each one stronger than the last, each one pushing the baby closer to the world. At first, Yara wasn't worried. She had delivered many babies before, more than anyone else in the tribe. She wasn't a doctor, she couldn't read, she knew nothing about hormones or anatomy, but she had something almost as valuable: experience, years of it. For hours, everything seemed normal. Then Yara noticed something strange. The baby wasn't moving correctly. She pressed her hands against Mira's belly, felt again, then again. Her stomach tightened. The baby wasn't head first. It was breech. Today, doctors can identify this problem before labor even begins. Ancient people couldn't. Yara's hands were the only tools she had, and she knew exactly how dangerous this could become. She had seen babies survive breech births. She had also seen mothers die from them. Slowly, carefully, she tried to guide the baby's position from outside. Mira screamed. The pain was unlike anything she had ever experienced. Outside, Kara heard everything. And it was torture. A snake could be fought. A predator could be chased away. This was different. He could do nothing except wait. Hours passed. The campfire outside burned lower. The moon climbed higher. Inside the hut, fear spread quietly. Nobody spoke about it. But everyone understood. This birth was becoming dangerous. Then, suddenly, Yara felt something move. Not perfectly, but enough. Hope returned. She looked directly at Mira. "Push." Mira pushed. Once, twice, again. Every muscle in her body strained with effort. Then, at last, a sound filled the hut. A baby's cry. Everyone froze, then smiled. The baby was alive. Someone wrapped him in soft hide. Someone laughed with relief. Outside, Kara heard the cry and nearly collapsed. His child had survived. For a few precious minutes it seemed the danger was over. But Yara wasn't celebrating. She was watching Mira. Something wasn't right. The bleeding wasn't slowing. Modern medicine understands why this happens. After birth, the uterus must contract. Those contractions close the blood vessels that fed the baby for months. If the uterus fails to tighten properly, bleeding can continue. Today, doctors have medications, blood transfusions, and surgery. Ancient people had none of those things. Yara knew only one thing. If the bleeding continued, Mira might die. Her face was growing pale. Her breathing became weaker. Her eyes drifted shut. "Stay with us," Yara whispered. But Mira was slipping away. Outside, Kara sensed something had changed. The celebration was gone. The women inside sounded afraid again. He stepped toward the entrance. Someone blocked him. Not yet. He had never felt more powerless. Inside the hut, Yara remembered another woman. Years earlier, a mother named Sile had bled the same way after childbirth. Yara had tried everything. It wasn't enough. Sile died. Her newborn didn't survive long after. Yara refused to watch it happen again. Then she remembered something. An old trick, a piece of knowledge passed from mother to daughter for generations. Bring the baby. The newborn was placed against Mira's chest. The hut became silent. Everyone waited. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, slowly, the baby began nursing. Something changed. Mira's exhausted body responded. Yara watched carefully. Minutes passed. Then she saw it. The bleeding was slowing. Not quickly, but enough. Hope returned. Mira drifted between sleep and wakefulness. Later, she would say she thought she saw her mother. A warm smile. A familiar face. Her mother had died years ago. Today, we know that severe exhaustion and blood loss can create vivid visions. But to Mira, it felt real, as if her mother had come to guide her home, or tell her it wasn't time yet. Then the vision faded. Near dawn, Mira opened her eyes. The first pale sunlight entered the hut. The bleeding had nearly stopped. The danger had passed. For the first time all night, Yara relaxed. Outside, the camp was waking. A new day had begun. The hut entrance opened. "Kara!" He rushed inside. Mira looked exhausted, pale, weak, but alive. And in her arms was someone Kara had never seen before. His son. For a long moment, he simply stared. Then he knelt beside them. No words, just relief. The kind of relief that comes after surviving something impossible. For most of human history, childbirth was one of the most dangerous experiences a woman could face. In many societies, around 1 out of every 100 births ended with the mother's death. And because women often gave birth many times throughout their lives, those risks added up. Millions of women never survived nights like this. Yet somehow, your ancestors did. Every generation, every parent, every grandparent, all the way back. Because if even one of them hadn't survived, you wouldn't be here. Mira survived through experience, luck, and knowledge passed down across generations. Many others weren't as fortunate. And that's what makes this story remarkable. Not because it was rare, but because it happened millions of times. And every one of us is descended from the survivors.